chocolate. Hey everybody, Jeff here. I'm just letting everybody know that I am now on the call. The call will start at 7 p.m. sharp. It'll go for 15 minutes. If anybody wants to get on early, I am on early. I already got the conference opened up. Just make sure to go down and put in the code I told you at the bottom. So scroll down on my page and you can see us live, or you can listen to us live. And this is for the truckers and for families all over the United States, individuals and families. After this call tonight, we are going to have another one at 9 p.m. like we do every Monday. So right now, let's do a little motivation for you guys all. Because right now, I want each and every one of you to know that you matter and that you're important. And no matter what hits you in life, no matter what you have coming up against you, you can overcome anything with the right situation and the right solution. There's nothing you cannot do that you cannot put your mind to and try to figure out how to do. There are things out there that you may not get, but there's nothing you cannot do. Getting and doing are two different things. All right? No matter what goes on in the world, you know, a dog's always going to be a dog and a cat's always going to be a cat. You know? But they get along together, they play together, they have a good time together. It's not that big of a deal. But if, like I said, that's about one of the only things that you can't do. Because you can do anything you put your mind to. We were told a long time ago, you can be president if you want, you can lead if you want, you can get the job you want, if you put the time and effort into it, and you do what it takes to get it. And sometimes when to do what it takes means you got to go that extra mile. So if you're at work and you want that, raise, maybe you got to work a few extra hours to get that raise. Maybe you want to be a foreman. Maybe you got to go back to school and get a few things. There's online classes and stuff like that if you want to get those schoolings and stuff like that. But there's nothing that you cannot do. You are beautiful for who you are, okay? You need to forgive yourself. And you always got to not be afraid of the things that you're afraid of. Danger is real, fear's not. Fear is something we put on ourselves to stop us from doing something that puts us in that takes us out of our comfort zone and puts us somewhere that we don't know what's going to happen. That's fear. But the thing about it is, fear is not dangerous. Fear is not bad. But fear is one of those things that we put on ourselves. Danger is real. Don't get me wrong on that. If you get in front of a copperhead snake and someone tells you just go grab it by the neck, you're going to get bit. Okay? If you put it into a lion's cage and they're hungry, you may get mauled to death. That's danger. You don't do that kind of stuff. That's stupid, If you're sitting around playing with spiders that are poison and everything, yeah, that's danger. But if you're fearful because you've never been down a certain road, you're fearful because you've never been to a certain position in a business, you've never spoken on stage before, if you're fearful because you're afraid about how people are going to berate you or tear you apart because you're watching what they do to everybody else, don't be. Because you're going to have just as many people that support you as that do not, no matter where you're at. Fear is something we put on ourselves to stop us from doing things. Kind of like when we're kids and we're scared of the dark when we're little. We don't want to be scared of the dark, but on the other hand, the dark is not going to hurt us. But we always want the light on because we can see what's going on around us. And as we get older, we're no longer scared of the dark. Now, some people may be, but that's a fear in their mind because you can't see what's going on. So once again, it's all in our minds. So if you want to overcome fear, do those things that scare you. Push yourself out there to be better today than who you were yesterday. Tell your kids you love them and you're proud of them, Let them discover things on their own. They're going to have to mess up. But that's part of what success is the failures we have. You can have thousands of failures, but all you need is one success. That's it. One. If you're successful just one time, it doesn't matter how many times you failed. That failure led to your success because you learned what you had to do. Now, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, thinking it's going to change, and it never changes, well, that's you trying to trick the system, and it's not going to work. If it didn't work the first couple hundred times, you know, you're acting ignorant. What you got to do is you got to keep changing. Small changes make the biggest difference. You know, it might not be a large change. You know, some people, they feel because they're not succeeding. But know this, you matter, you're important, and I think the world of you. Have a great evening, everybody. We'll talk to everybody in a little bit. We got the phone call at 7 o'clock. Go ahead and get on now if you want. The phone number is on my profile. It's on all of my profiles and everything else. So go ahead and get on and take a look, and I will talk to everybody in just a few minutes. Have a good one, everybody.